welcome to another session of Let's Get Real with Mona. That's me, Mona Naidu. I'm an abundant living coach, a women's empowerment mentor, a human behavior specialist, an international and inspirational speaker, and philanthropist. Now, in these sessions, I share stories and teachings to inspire you to turn your dreams into reality. So it's lovely to be here with you again, just making sure that we are live and everything's working today. And yes, it's the last Monday of November. Can you believe it? We are in the final stretch to the last month of this year. Who would even believe how quickly we've come to this point? Well, it felt like it was just the other day that we were in January and we were chatting about the year ahead. Before you know it, we're going to be stepping into 2023. And how are you feeling right now? Are you okay to move into 2023 knowing that you have done your best this year, right? Because it's important. And well, next month we're going to be talking about what you can do to really acknowledge this year. But for today, let's go into today's session. And like I said, please do let me know where you're joining me from. And I'd really love to know how you're doing. How are you feeling right now? Because it's been an interesting year for all of us. And I'm sure you're seeing lots more going on in the world right now. And as long as the light rises, we're going to see more of the darkness coming to the surface, because that's how it works. As the light rises, it's going to shine in those things that have been hidden for a long time. So today, we are looking at our final session on support. And it's important for us to understand why we have to clearly identify and ask for the support that we would love to experience. And if you didn't know, this has a serious repercussion on our flow of abundance. So when you think about it, why is support so important? Well, you see, as humans, we require other humans to help us thrive and flourish, right? We require social support, we require social interaction. And it's been found that social support and social interaction has a positive influence on our physical, mental, and emotional health. Now, for us to achieve our goals, our intentions, our desires, our dreams, we require support in some form or the other. We may require someone to teach us a skill, or how to do something, or how to perform something. We may require financial support. We may require emotional support. We may require someone to listen to our crazy ideas. We may be required to be a guinea pig for someone who's testing different batches of cookies or sauces or jams or something that they want to share with the world. We may require someone to read our draft manuscripts. We may require someone to listen to our jokes before we have the courage to go stand on that stage and share it with everybody else. We may require someone to practice our speech or our lines for a play or a movie. The list is endless for the support that we may require, right? Now, research has shown that when we have a strong support system, well, there's many benefits, right? And you know what I'm talking about. You know how you feel when you feel supported, when there's support all around you. And you know what happens when you feel that there's no support around you, or when there's no support around you. Now, some of the benefits have been higher levels of well-being, Some of them have been that we've been better able to deal with challenging situations in our life. It's been found that support structures help us to live longer lives. It helps us to deal with change. It helps us to have better relationships. Good support systems and structures help us to perform better in our work, in our business. Now, in essence, for me, with support, we are happier, we are healthier, we are more confident, we are more creative, we are more purposeful, we're more successful in whatever it is we do, and we feel more abundant, right? Now, the problem is that we could either let people guess how they can help us, or we can tell them how to help us. Now, how many of you out there may be like who I used to be? I would want Vis to guess what type of support I needed, I required, that I actually loved. You see, because many of us in relationships, until we learn how to communicate in those relationships, now it can be any relationship. It can be a romantic relationship, it can be in a work relationship, it can be a relationship with your kids, your siblings, your parents, anyone that you interact with, right? We kind of expect people to know what we want. And what I found is that it's a much better way to tell people. Now, hang on, I know sometimes you're probably wondering like, but I have told, or how can I ask for support, right? What I have found that when we are able to communicate what we require, what matters to us in the way we would love to be supported, well, it improves our relationships. You see, because there's no more bickering, there's no more resentment, there's no more that I've got to do everything and you just sit around. There's no more feeling unsupported, right? Because we've had the courage to communicate, because that's what support's really about. It's about communicating our needs, right? Now, before we can get the support, we have to first identify what it is we need in that moment. Because what we may need or love to have as support today may not be the same tomorrow. And like you know, everything's in a constant state of change. Change is constant. So what may work for us today may be slightly different tomorrow. So again, instead of assuming that the other person would know what it is we would need or want or require or love to have as support, we have to communicate. But it starts with us first. What is it that would make me feel better? What is it that would make you feel better, right? Because this is what support is actually about. It's to help us feel better. I'm going to repeat that. Support is all about us feeling better, right? Now, some examples, maybe you have a project at work and you really want to focus on it, and you want to maybe spend a bit more time at work before you come home, and you want help with preparing meals or taking care of the kids or picking up the kids or doing homework with them. Right? That may be a way that you want to be supported. Now you've got to communicate that. Maybe you want to have a full night's sleep or a day off because you've got young kids, or you're taking care of a sick parent or a sick spouse or a child or something like that, and you just want to have a full night's sleep. Now, you can ask for that, or you can be Superwoman or Superman and then keep going. Right? Or maybe what you want is you want help with your presentation. Now, I don't know about you. I was somebody who's very good at writing and putting my thoughts down, but when it came to the technical stuff and putting things in places, well, presentations and stuff really was uncomfortable for me. So, you may need support with that, right? Maybe sometimes you just need a word of reassurance when you're feeling down, okay? Because I'm just giving you different examples of what support can look like. Maybe you just need a hug after a long day at work, right? This could be your dog, it could be your partner, your romantic partner, it could be a parent, it could be your child, it could be a friend. But you just want to connect, you just want to feel close, you just want to feel that everything's okay. Maybe you just want a few moments when you come home before everybody starts going off about what they need, what they want, how you must support them. Maybe you just want a few minutes to yourself before the next part of your day starts. Maybe you just want some me time in a month, right? And like one of our community members mentioned this morning, she'd love some technical support, and like with all different types with social media and getting her work out there. So support can be anything. Support can be for anything. But behind it, what we're looking for is some kind of interaction, some kind of involvement, some kind of I get you, I understand you, some way to express ourselves and be heard and be seen. Because that's what support's all about, right? Now, until you identify what you need, no one will be able to give you what you need, right? And sometimes what people can do is they can give us what they think we need. Now, Vis can tell you there's been many, many times where he would bring me something because he thinks that buying me things is what I need when I'm feeling jittery about something that's going on. And the truth is this, nope, buying me things is the worst possible thing. Giving me a gift when I am jittery about something, or a business aspect of mine that's not working, or a promotion's not working, nope, buying me a gift doesn't work. What I want to do is I just want to share my feelings, right? Now just think about this. If someone gives us something and we haven't expressed to them how in a specific situation we would love to have the support, we could feel unsupported even though somebody's doing something like I shared with you, like this buying me a gift, because for him, he thinks that buying me a gift would make me feel better. But in my mind, it's like, but you're not supporting me. And in his mind, he is supporting me. So can you see how the bickering, the resentment can build up? Because we haven't communicated how we'd love to be supported, right? And this is so important in this day, at these times, because so much is going on in the world. People have their own things going on. You know, each individual has their own things going on. And they may do certain things for us, and we may think that that's not support because it's not speaking in the language that we are speaking at that time. So another thing that happens between Vis and I, sometimes I just have to get out of my system what's bugging me. Because if you weren't aware, I'm very sensitive to what's going on around me. So I may pick up things from other people, and sometimes I just have to get it out of me, because if I draw something in, I've found that the way to get it out of me is to express it out of me, right? So I've got to take a physical action. So I've had to say to this that when I am venting, it's got nothing to do with him, and I am not looking for a solution. I just have to have this space and someone in front of me where I can just have verbal diarrhea and just spill out everything that's sitting inside of me. And then I feel fine after that, right? And then the other thing is that when I have an idea, Now, in the past, Vis used to think that when I would come to him with an idea, that I'm wanting him to have a solution for the idea. And then I realized that this is where we used to get into a little bit of a pickle, because he is now thinking that I'm expecting him to have the solution, when the truth is that I'm just bringing my ideas out from the ethers, from the 5D into the 3D space, right? Because when you speak it out, when you share your ideas, that's how you activate those ideas. So for me, even the answers are sitting within me, and I'll be guided to it, but I've got to bring it out. So there again, I've had to communicate with this, that when I'm doing this, that all I want you to do is listen. Just be there, be my sounding board, be my soundboard, whatever it is, right? Just be there to allow me the space to express what's in other realms. So I hope that's making some sense to you, because how many times have you found out that all you want to do is just be heard? You don't want solutions, you don't want answers, you don't want anything to be fixed because it's going to come through. You just want to be heard, you just want to be understood, right? Now, this also goes for asking for support from the divine, the unseen world. Now, when we don't clearly articulate what it is we want support with, the divine, the cosmic world, we've got this whole team. I call it our cosmic support team that's just waiting there for us to ask for assistance, to ask for support. And we don't actually do that very often. I mean, I've had to consciously practice that, because when I get into a state of panic about something, then I forget that, hang on, ground yourself, the help is all around you, right? And the cosmic world, our cosmic support team is there for us all the time. And they can only support us when we ask them to. When we ask for the support from the divine, from the universe, from spirit, from God, whatever it is that you believe in. So when we ask, then we can be guided to what's here in the third dimensional realm. What's here in the physical? Maybe it's a coach. Maybe you have to go for a walk. Maybe you have to have a special meat-free diet. Maybe you have to start a new exercise program. Maybe you have to go read a book. It can be anything. But until you say, I require support with this, or I'd love to receive some support with writing copy, or maybe I'd love to receive support with my kids' extra tuition, or I'd love to receive support with knowing how to do investments, or how to manage my money, or how to have a better, healthier lifestyle, right? Unless you ask for it, well, it cannot come to us. Now, the purpose of support. What is the purpose of support? The purpose of support is to help us be the best version of ourselves, to help us turn our dreams into reality, and to live our best lives now, right? There is a cycle of giving and receiving, and support is all about receiving. Support is about allowing the cycle to be completed, because so many of us know how to give, or we give without even thinking. But when it comes to receiving, we stop it. We push it away. And what we inadvertently are doing is we're rejecting our abundance. You see, when you allow support to come to you, when you ask for support, when you receive support, when you identify what support it is you require, you are in partnership with the universe. You are in partnership with the people around you. You are allowing the whole cycle of giving and receiving to flow, because that's what abundance is about. It's not just one-sided. And no matter what it is that you are calling in as abundance at this time, you have to be willing to receive the support. And that's how the abundance flows to you. It's in the physical world. Many people can receive support on a cosmic level, but when it shows up in the physical, we feel uncomfortable, we feel guilty, we feel like there's something wrong with receiving. Right? But support is all about receiving. And until you are willing to identify what support you'd love to have, nobody can give it to us. It can't show up for us. So the question is, are you ready? Are you ready to ask for the support you'd love to have? Are you ready to show up for the support that you'd love to have? Because it takes confidence. It takes courage to communicate what we really, really need. So I'd love to hear from you what resonated with you today. And I'd love to hear what support you'd love to have, because until you identify it, until you put it out there, until you claim it, well, then it stays locked up in our heads and no one can assist us. No one can offer us support. And support is one of the most important aspects of our abundance journey. Like I've shared, support is not just about giving it, it's also about receiving it. And receiving is fundamental to the flow of abundance. So I'd love to hear from you. What resonated with you today? How are you going to show up for your support? How are you going to communicate what support you'd love from the people around you? And, well, let's hear. Tell me what your practices are. I'd love for you to practice it this week. And let's hear how you've experienced it as well. Because it's not just about listening and taking in the information. It's about actually going out and practicing it. Because asking is something we've all got to practice. Receiving is something we've all got to practice. And the universe is always there to support us. The question is, are you ready to receive it? So I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, ciao for now.